In the world of reality TV, very few couples captured fans' hearts like Joey Duan and Yara. But like many reality romances, the cameras only showed part of the story. Behind the smiles and Instagram-perfect pictures, their marriage was slowly falling apart under secrets, family conflicts, and financial struggles. Joey Duan and Yara officially divorced on August 27, 2025, after years of tension. The divorce, however, was only the beginning. Sources revealed that Joey had secretly been in a relationship with Anna for over a year. They planned to get married officially on January 16, 2026. Anna agreed to pay off Joey's secret $900,000 debt, which influenced his decision to marry her and divorce Yara. In response, Yara filed a defamation lawsuit against Joey. The court later found him guilty and sentenced him to 1 year in prison. This is the story of betrayal, heartbreak, and survival. How love, money, and desperation tore apart one of 90 Day Fiancé's most famous couples. Before the scandals, lawsuits, and prison, there was a love story that made fans believe love could conquer distance, culture, and time zones. Joey, a Louisiana native, worked in underwater robotics for oil rigs, a job that kept him traveling constantly. The long periods of isolation led him to an international dating app where he met Yara, a striking young woman from Ukraine. Her bold personality and sharp wit immediately caught his attention. Their connection was instant. Online chats turned into video calls, and soon Joey flew halfway across the world to meet her. Fans first met them on 90 Day Fiancé Season 8, where Joey's fun-loving, party lifestyle clashed with Yara's desire for commitment and stability. From the start, their relationship faced challenges. Yara struggled to adjust to life in New Orleans, where Joey's late nights and drinking often caused tension. Joey, meanwhile, found it hard to meet her expectations, especially as they prepared for their daughter Mila. Despite the arguments and cultural differences, their chemistry drew fans in, who rooted for them every week. When they married in 2020, it seemed like the perfect ending to a whirlwind romance. Social media celebrated their union, and family moments with baby Mila melted hearts. For a while, it seemed Joey and Yara had defied the odds, becoming one of 90 Day Fiancé's success stories, a proof that love could flourish even under tough circumstances. But beneath the surface, cracks were forming. Arguments about lifestyle, money, and family were only the beginning. As time passed, those cracks deepened. At first glance, Joey and Yara looked perfect. They had love, fame, and a beautiful child. But behind the smiles, life at home was far more complicated. Joey's offshore job meant weeks or months away, leaving Yara isolated in a foreign country without her family. She had moved for a life together, not to be alone. Joey struggled to adjust. He had always been a fun-loving bachelor, enjoying late nights, parties, and the New Orleans lifestyle. Now, Yara expected him to be a full-time family man, which he found difficult. Fans noticed the tension. Arguments over drinking, late nights, and lack of family involvement became frequent. Some viewers sympathized with Yara, others blamed her, saying she knew who Joey was before marrying him. The truth was more complex. Family conflicts added another layer. Yara often clashed with Joey's relatives, who saw her bold personality as rude or controlling. For Yara, standing her ground was about maintaining dignity in a culture that wasn't hers. These disputes created a tug-of-war, leaving Joey stuck between his wife and his family, straining their marriage even further. Financial pressure also mounted. Despite social media appearances of vacations, shopping, and stylish living, money problems were building quietly. Yara wanted security, a stable home, and savings. Joey had habits that didn't align with long-term planning or saving. Fans saw the contrast. Yara wanted roots. Joey wanted freedom. By 2024, the cracks became harder to ignore. Arguments weren't just about nights out, they were about trust, responsibility, and priorities. Beneath the surface, a much darker problem existed. Joey was hiding nearly $900,000 in debt. Sources later revealed it wasn't a single mistake, but a combination of poor decisions, risky habits, and financial mismanagement. Some suspected gambling. Others pointed to failed investments or ventures promising quick returns. This hidden debt was the foundation for the scandal that would destroy their marriage. As financial pressure grew, Joey's secrecy and poor choices created a rift that no amount of love or cameras could fix. Their life, once a fairy tale on TV, had turned into a story of betrayal, heartbreak, and survival. Fans watching could see the tension, the arguments, and the strain, but the full extent of the issues, the hidden debt, the secret relationship, and the eventual legal consequences, remained unknown until the events unfolded publicly. Joey and Yara's story shows that fame and appearances can mask the struggles behind closed doors, and that love alone sometimes isn't enough to overcome financial strain, secrets, and family conflict. By the time the divorce was finalized on August 27, 2025, the couple had reached the point of no return. Joey's choices, his debt, his secret relationship, and his mismanagement led to legal consequences, while Yara's fight to protect herself and her reputation led her to the courtroom. Their story is a cautionary tale of how personal decisions, financial recklessness, and hidden betrayals can unravel even the most public and seemingly perfect love stories. In the end, Joey's one-year prison sentence marked the collapse of a marriage once celebrated by millions, while Yara began the difficult process of rebuilding her life and protecting her family. The story of Joey Duan and Yara serves as a reminder that behind every glamorous reality TV couple is a complex, often fragile, human story, one that can be shattered by secrets, money, and betrayal. Joey's choices delivered nothing but debt. Rumors circulated about loans taken out quietly and debts hidden in paperwork Yara never saw. Whatever caused it, the truth was clear. Joey was drowning in money problems. Instead of being honest with Yara, he buried the truth under layers of secrecy. Yara wasn't oblivious. She was sharp, detail-oriented, and practical with money. Managing the household and planning for the future, she noticed inconsistencies. "Why don't we have more savings?" she asked during a filmed episode, frustration in her voice. Joey brushed it off, blaming expenses, travel, and bills. But Yara knew something wasn't right. Vacations were harder to afford, luxuries were scaled back, and Joey's irritability around money made her suspicious. Friends remembered her private frustration. "I feel like he's hiding something from me. I can't plan our future if I don't know what's going on." For Joey, the debt was more than financial. It was emotional. He carried a burden he couldn't admit to anyone, not even his wife. He feared that if Yara knew, she would leave him. So, he kept quiet, smiled for the cameras, and pretended everything was fine. But deep down, the walls were closing in. A financial expert later noted, "Debt doesn't just weigh on your wallet, it weighs on your soul. Keeping it secret only multiplies the damage." As the debt grew, Joey leaned on unhealthy coping mechanisms. Nights out became more frequent. Alcohol became a constant companion. The lifestyle that had once caused tension in the marriage now became his escape. But every night out and bad decision pushed him further from Yara. During this time of desperation, Joey found comfort in someone else, Anna. By mid-2025, financial strain had peaked. Bills piled up, creditors' calls became relentless, and Yara's frustration boiled over. Even without knowing the full truth, their marriage was fragile. Then Anna stepped in with an offer that would change everything. She would pay off his $900,000 debt. For Joey, it felt like salvation. Secrets, a friend later explained, always come out. And when his did, it didn't just break his marriage, it broke his life. Anna became central to the scandal. Fans speculated about this mysterious woman. Whispers of Joey being with someone other than Yara were initially dismissed, but the truth was explosive. Joey had been secretly seeing Anna for over a year, long before his marriage collapsed. Anna wasn't a stranger. Friends revealed she had been introduced through New Orleans social circles. Unlike Yara, who left everything behind to move to America, Anna was local. She understood the nightlife, the culture, and the freedom Joey craved. Described as confident, independent, and charismatic, she became someone Joey leaned on emotionally. Where Yara demanded change, Anna accepted him as he was. Joey allegedly told a friend, "She lets me be me." For over a year, Joey led a double life. On camera, he was the struggling husband and father. Off camera, he spent time with Anna, dinners in quiet neighborhoods, weekend getaways disguised as work trips, late-night calls, all building a web of secrecy. Anna knew about Yara, but the bond between her and Joey grew stronger each month. At the heart of their conversations was money. Anna's offer to pay his debt became the turning point. When Joey revealed the full extent of his financial troubles, Anna made the unexpected offer. She would pay off all $900,000. Some said she did it out of love and belief in their future. Others suggested that, coming from a wealthy background, she saw it as a chance to rescue him and prove loyalty. Whatever her reasons, Anna wasn't just offering comfort. She offered salvation. This created a dilemma for Joey. On one side was Yara, his wife and mother of his child, who wanted him to change and grow. On the other side was Anna, who offered acceptance, freedom, and financial relief. Every fight at home, every creditor call, every argument made the choice clearer. In Anna, Joey saw an escape, not just from debt, but from the pressure to be the man Yara wanted. A close source later explained that it was about survival. Anna gave him a way out, and he took it. By mid-2025, fans noticed subtle signs. Joey was seen in public with a woman who wasn't Yara. Social media posts were cropped, but backgrounds didn't always match his stories. Entertainment blogs picked up on the rumors. Anna's name began appearing in threads, articles, and tabloids. For Yara, the betrayal was devastating. For fans, it was a scandal they never saw coming. Joey's choice was set. His marriage with Yara was over. With Anna, he was ready to start a new life. Their relationship was no longer secret. It became a headline. Paparazzi captured them hand in hand, Anna smiling as if she had already won. Behind the scenes, wedding plans moved quickly. A date was set, January 16, 2026. The woman who had been the secret other woman would soon become Joey's wife. The question everyone asked, was this marriage built on love, or the $900,000 deal Joey couldn't refuse? Sometimes love is written in hearts, sometimes in dollar signs. In Joey and Yara's story, it was both. Every marriage has arguments, but some arguments signal an ending. For Joey and Yara, 2025 was the year their marriage finally shattered. Secrets, debt, betrayal, and new love all collided to end one chapter and begin another, leaving heartbreak, legal battles, and a cautionary tale about love, money, and choices in the world of reality TV. Joey and Yara's story didn't end with the divorce announcement. In fact, it was just the beginning of a chain of events that would shake their lives to the core. The months following the split were filled with tension, legal battles, and public scrutiny. Fans of 90 Day Fiancé were glued to social media, tracking every move, while tabloids reported every new development. But for Joey and Yara, this was no longer about cameras or fame. It was about survival, reputation, and moving forward. Yara, heartbroken and betrayed, didn't stay silent. Soon after the divorce, she filed a defamation lawsuit against Joey. She claimed that his secret relationship with Anna, combined with his lies and manipulation, had damaged her reputation and caused emotional distress. Friends close to Yara revealed that she had tried to handle things privately at first, hoping to avoid a public spectacle. But when the truth about Joey's debt and hidden affairs became widely known, she felt she had no choice but to take legal action. The lawsuit brought everything into the spotlight. Court documents revealed the extent of Joey's financial mismanagement, the $900,000 debt, and his secret dealings with Anna. The media quickly picked up the story, publishing headline after headline. Fans were shocked by the revelations. Many who had rooted for Joey and Yara on television felt betrayed themselves. Social media exploded with opinions, debates, and divided loyalties. Some blamed Joey entirely, accusing him of greed and deceit. Others argued that Yara should have been more aware of his lifestyle and spending habits. Inside the courtroom, the tension was palpable. Joey faced serious legal consequences. His relationship with Anna, which had seemed like a lifeline, became evidence of manipulation and intent to defraud. Lawyers presented documents showing how Anna had paid off Joey's debts, raising questions about whether the financial arrangement influenced his decisions regarding his marriage to Yara. Yara's legal team argued that Joey had acted in bad faith throughout the marriage, concealing financial liabilities while pursuing another relationship in secret. The trial was emotionally draining for everyone involved. Yara was forced to relive the pain of betrayal, while Joey struggled to defend choices that were difficult to justify. Courtroom observers later described the scenes as intense. Yara's testimony detailed sleepless nights, emotional exhaustion, and the strain of raising their daughter Mila while keeping up appearances. Joey, meanwhile, had to explain why he had not disclosed the debt earlier, why he hid his relationship with Anna, and how he had allowed his personal life to spiral into chaos. In the end, the court's decision was clear. Joey was found guilty and sentenced to 1 year in prison. The judgment shocked many, but for some, it was the only just outcome. Financial mismanagement, deceit, and betrayal had consequences, and Joey now faced them head-on. Yara, though emotionally scarred, finally felt a sense of validation. The court's ruling acknowledged the pain he had caused and gave her the legal recognition she sought after months of uncertainty. Meanwhile, Joey's relationship with Anna continued, but the circumstances were complicated. While she had offered financial support and a path to a new life, their public image was now heavily scrutinized. Many wondered whether their bond was genuine or built primarily on the $900,000 bailout. Interviews with friends suggested that Anna had been motivated by love and loyalty, but critics argued that money played too large a role in the union. Public perception was divided, and the couple faced intense media attention as they prepared for their January 2026 wedding. For Yara, the aftermath of the divorce and the trial required her to rebuild her life. She focused on her daughter Mila, prioritizing stability and healing. Friends described her as resilient, determined not to let Joey's actions define her future. Social media posts showed her spending time with family, pursuing personal interests, and reconnecting with friends from Ukraine. Despite the heartbreak, she remained focused on creating a positive environment for her child. Joey's time in prison added a new layer of complexity. Friends and family noted that the experience was humbling, forcing him to confront the consequences of his actions in a way he never had before. Reports suggest he spent much of his sentence reflecting on past mistakes, reading, and attending rehabilitation programs. Though incarcerated, his focus remained on Anna and the life they hoped to build together. They exchanged letters and calls when possible, maintaining a connection that was both personal and practical, given the circumstances. The public reaction to the story was intense. Reality TV fans debated endlessly about the dynamics of Joey and Yara's marriage. Some sympathized with Joey, emphasizing human error and financial stress. Others sided firmly with Yara, condemning his deceit and secret relationship. Analysts used the case as an example of how reality TV fame can magnify personal mistakes, turning private failures into public spectacles. The saga also sparked discussions about the pressures couples face when balancing money, trust, and fame in highly visible relationships. Meanwhile, Yara began using her experience to educate and support others. She spoke openly about the importance of transparency in relationships, financial planning, and the emotional toll of betrayal. Online platforms and interviews allowed her to reach fans who had once rooted for her and Joey, transforming public sympathy into a platform for awareness and empowerment. Her story became a cautionary tale about trust, responsibility, and the consequences of secrecy. As the new year approached, Joey's release loomed. Anna and Joey were planning their wedding, but the shadow of his legal troubles and the public scrutiny made the event complex. Discussions about finances, reputation, and public perception became central to their planning. While Anna remained committed, the media continued to speculate about whether love or financial necessity was the stronger motivator. By January 2026, Joey was out of prison, and the wedding plans were in full swing. The event was carefully orchestrated to balance privacy with media attention. Friends and family were invited selectively, and social media updates were controlled to prevent controversy. For Joey and Anna, the day symbolized not just a union but a new beginning, a chance to move past scandal and create a life defined on their terms. For Yara, the turn of the year represented recovery and resilience. Though the past year had been tumultuous, she had emerged stronger, more self-aware, and focused on her daughter's future. Legal victories, personal reflection, and the support of friends and family helped her reclaim control of her life. Social media followers continued to support her, praising her courage and strength in navigating betrayal and heartbreak. Looking back, the story of Joey and Yara illustrates the fragile balance between love, money, and trust. Fame and reality TV exposure amplified every mistake, turning private challenges into public drama. Secrets and financial mismanagement can erode even the strongest relationships,